Good morning, everybody. I'm going to do a movie breakdown today. So I'm going to focus on that until I start reading stuff later. Let me make sure we are live. It's on the Polar Express. It's on the Polar Express. Probably the most satanic movie I've ever seen. Okay? So I'm going to wait. I know I'm a half hour late today, but I notified people. I just had to plow my driveway, which is really, really big. I know that'll make people envious and angry, but really in the winter when you get a foot of snow, it's quite a situation. All right, like when you're homesteading with a lot of snow is like next level. All right, Bathcap Benjamin. Well, I can take off my hat today. I think I'm looking quite respectful. Okay, so today we're going to talk about a movie called The Polar Express, starring Tom Hanks, voicing three different characters. I am going to make a claim right now that it's the darkest, most satanic movie, spiritually satanic movie I've ever seen by far. That's including Rosemary's Baby, all that stuff. So Amy yesterday said, it's really weird. She challenged me to do this stream today. She said, my wife Amy, she said, it's really weird how Polar Express is played for free everywhere around the holidays. And last time I saw it, she said, it really, really creeped me out. And I'd love for you to watch it and see if there's any symbolism in it. It's way beyond symbolism. It's just a satanic ritual. And I got clips from the movie, and I got all kinds of stuff for it. But every single scene I could have clipped. Every scene. So it's starring, and the fundamental... Let me just make my claims. It's about the father of lies. The father of lies being Satan or Santa. And I'm about to blow your mind with some of this stuff, guys. So there's a little kid, and it's all like weird CGI creepy animation. And he's going to sleep, and he doesn't believe in Santa Claus. And his father, also played by Tom Hanks, his biological father, and then Santa is the father of lies. The conductor is the satanic version of Jesus. And then there's a dead ghost on the train representing the satanic ghost. It's an upside down trinity. Okay. It's obvious. Santa, the father of lies, the son, the logos, which is the conductor handing out words, the word logos, also played by Tom Hanks. And then there's literally a ghost on the train that just kind of helps keep the operation going. It's the Trinity, okay? So anyway, it's so dark that people have their kids watch this. So there's a kid, and he's discerning. He has his God-given spark. Bear in mind that the devil is the father of lies. Santa, the entire Christmas narrative is based on lying to your children. And the ticket that Tom Hanks gives to the child, one second, I didn't put it in here yet, says lie right on. It says believe. This is the logos, the reverse, everything it's all upside down. But as you can see here, the symbolism is obvious. The Polar Express, it just says believe. And right in the middle, it's not by accident, your eye is supposed to look at the three letters lie. Lie, right in the middle. The middle three letters say lie in the word believe. Oh, how dare you? I have my kids believe in Santa. Okay, I'm just going to let you know what the ritual of Santa actually is, in my opinion. So the kid is bringing up great points and says Santa would have to go faster than the speed of light and have to have a sleigh bigger than a tanker in order to fulfill his claims. And everyone's like, oh, why don't you just believe? Why don't you just believe? And he's like, there's no evidence that there's Santa Claus. And they're like, but just believe. Give up your discernment. The entire movie is about giving up your discernment and just believing in something you know isn't true so you can hear the bells or the ball. B-A-A-L, also pronounced bell. For right now, daughter Santa reports directly. Guys, Santa is a satanic ritual, okay? I'm not going to... All right, let's just start watching some of these images. And the fact that this movie is played ritualistically over and over and over to kids is crazy to me. All right, this is when Tom Hanks first gets the kid on the train. And bear in mind, it's played by a creep named Tom. One second. Who is very, let's just say, questionable around children in real life. So here is the scene when the child is being groomed to end up on this quote-unquote train, the Lolita Express.
Seems to me like this is your crucial year. If I were you, I would think about climbing on board.
Guys, that's so creepy. Look at, if I were you, I'd think about climbing on board.
If I were you, I would think about climbing on board.
Not his dad. He's trying to get him. So the whole premise of the movie is climb on board the lie. Oh, you're taking it too far. I'm not. I'm a great dad. Look at my kids. I'm doing a great job. And one of the crucial things to do with your children is don't lie to them, because then they won't trust you. Or they'll turn off their own discernment. Okay, so next up, it's so dark, guys. And so this little black girl can't find her. And every scene of the movie is like something's missing or something's flying away or the train is going really fast. It's very stressful. It's a stressful movie, and it's scary, even for adults. Like, here's a scene from the movie. This is what parents consider good holiday cheer. Hang on one second. One second, ladies and gentlemen. So that was when the reverse Holy Ghost, the ghost of Satan, is mounting a child from behind as they scream in a runaway train towards a devil mouth. And then the child is asked to just simply jump and believe the lie of a ghost. And then he ends up in a pit of coal. Guys, it doesn't take a spellbreaker to see the demonology in this, the symbology in this. It's insane. And this is what people are showing their kids. Okay, here's an extremely creepy scene where it's Tom Hanks going to all these recently abducted children that he just, with his weird, creepy mustache, convinced to get on a train. And this is very, very weird.
Try your pocket.
Okay, so again, it's like, this is shit. So it's like, where's your ticket? Try your pocket. There's a hole in your pocket. Oh, okay. Oh, there's a hole in your pocket.
Try your other pocket.
It's so, okay, I'll show you a scene with, like right now there's a medical situation that's happening in the world, and everyone keeps saying, believe in the science. Just believe. Guys, just believe. Just believe. Even if it doesn't make sense. Even if Santa Claus can't, I think the Santa Claus deception is one of the biggest problems in society. I swear to God. Because starting at a very young age, it's like, even if it doesn't make sense, just believe. But it doesn't make sense. Well, just believe. Well, you believe in God, don't you? Yeah, God makes sense. What came first, the chicken or the egg, is a riddle to show you that we are a creation. That you can't have a chicken without an egg. You can't have an egg without a chicken. So you can just go back retroactively until there's a source. And that source is the creator. Now, is he a dude with a beard and a cloud? Maybe. You know what I'm saying, though? Santa Claus can't possibly exist. So the whole thing is just believe. And if you don't think there's like satanic trauma shit in this movie, I mean, you're already watching it, but don't ever show this to your kids, guys. Where is that other one? 1 second. I mean, I don't even have, this isn't even like a gravy stream where there's all this symbolism. It's an inverted trinity. The father of lies, the son of lies, the unholy ghost, the Antichrist ghost on the train. And it's about convincing children through trauma, fear, and social acceptance to believe in something that isn't possible. That's what this movie is. It's so bad, man. So look at this. So this is a child's movie, by the way. Here we go. This is him with all his puppets.
You are just like me, my friend. A Scrooge! Never leave. Old Santa Claus, this train, it's all a bunch of humbug. About a indigestion. Oh, yeah, I know who you are. You're a doubter! A doubter you don't believe!
You're a doubter. You're a doubter. You're a skeptic. You're a conspiracy theorist. It's all the same thing, and it's all satanic. The father of lies, guys. And the puppet master, the Holy Ghost, or the unholy ghost, is this guy. This is a children's movie, guys.
Is he the king of the North Pole?
You mean this guy? What exactly is your persuasion on the big man since you brought him up?
Well, I want to believe.
But you don't want to be bamboozled. You don't want to be let down the primrose path. Santa.
Okay, so you see the grooming. So the whole thing about Santa is grooming. It's like, oh, the kid is starting to be like, I want to believe. And then there's this traumatized kid that's always in the caboose. I'm not even showing you the darkest parts, guys. So there's this traumatized kid, and so it's like so they're like, we want to believe, but our discernment says that this is wrong. And they're like, they scare the kids, they bribe the kids, they try to make the kids feel like they're the odd one out. When they do finally get to the North Pole, this elf army of creeps, you know, they try to scare you with, I'm so glad Amy had me watch this because it's so applicable to modern teen narratives, where you have it's an all front assault on your mind, on your soul, where it's like, okay, you know it's ridiculous, but just believe it, or so you can hear the bells, because he can't hear Santa's bells when he's at the North Pole, and then when he finally gives up his sovereignty, gives up his ability to discern reality, he says, I believe, and then he can hear the bells. And these are the elves, guys. They're big-nosed elves with obvious accents from a certain tribe of people from cities. And it's right in your face. And they're spying and manipulating. And watch.
No, sir. This kid's name is Steven. So, what do we do, Chief? Like the big man? We talking nothing for Christmas Eve?
Guys, it's literally the stuff of nightmares. Don't ever, ever show your family this movie. So it's like they have the spying, they have the military. The elves are like part of a goose-stepping military where they're like, he sees you when you're sleeping. It's nuts. And the whole thing is about bribing with toys with the father of lies. And then Tom represents and this is how I understand how Catholics probably view the Trinity. Tom Hanks plays all three parts. He's the ghost on the train. He is the father of lies, Santa. He does all the voices. And he does the son of lies, the conductor, the Logos character. And the whole thing is to groom children into giving up their ability to discern. I mean, it's so up. So, and then at the end, Aerosmith elves, and there's not one reference to God, not one reference to Jesus. And all these ridiculous, quote unquote, Christians will take their children to watch this and then tell them that this is about Jesus. This is about Satan, and Santa Nick is one letter away from satanic. All right? It's so obvious. And so most Santa songs were written about the number one Christmas album was written by a named Neil Diamond. Neil Diamond wrote Sweet Caroline about Caroline Kennedy when she was 6 years old. Hands, reaching out, touching you, touching me, touching you. It's in plain sight. You don't need the documents to prove that guy's a... Neil Diamond wrote the song Sweet Caroline. It's public knowledge. Caroline Kennedy has literally commented on it about how it creeped her out. The number one Christmas album of all time is written by... The Santa lie is the grooming technique to get your kids to believe something that is obviously fake. I mean, there's houses that don't even have chimneys. And they're like, oh, Santa comes down your chimney. It's like, we don't have a chimney. It's like, just believe. But I don't want to believe. Oh, you were some kind of buzzkill? You're some kind of prude kid? It's insane. Santa is no different than Oprah, just throwing gifts at a thirsty mob of what appears to be demons. Okay, so what else? Yeah, he's shamed that he doesn't believe in lies. The conductor comes from one direction, which is the Son, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost. It's the Father Santa, the Father Christmas. The Son is the conductor, the bridge, and then the ghost. Literally, there's a ghost on the train. So that's it. So, I mean, that's the movie. And the in the movie is nuts. The fear in the movie is nuts. The trauma, the abductions, the references to Lolita Express, the references to Epstein Island. It's like, and I know families that are like, oh, every year we watch the Polar Express. It was a great book. I'm like, it's one of the clearest, most religiously satanic movies I've ever seen. I was a Santa dream crusher my whole childhood. Good, crush it. Crush Santa. Santa is a lie, a deception, absolutely satanic. And if you want to lie to your children and get them to trust you, to believe something that obviously isn't true, that Santa comes from the North Pole with his team of elves. Oh, how dare you, Big Bear? It's just so much fun. Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, how about when they're on their 5th booster and they don't have an immune system anymore? Tell me how fun that is. Is it fun when you can tell them anything and they'll believe it because they've turned off their discernment? It's not fun, guys. That's a way to destroy your child's ability to navigate the world. Oh, so fun. It's so fun to groom your child into this state of absolute no discernment. I'm glad my parents raised me the way I did. Sometimes I'm bummed out because Amy's family's real into Christmas, and I was raised with Father Time and Baby New Year, and we would sing because I was raised Catholic, so we would do the singing at midnight mass and stuff. But no lies. My mom and dad never told me Santa was coming. They said that there's Baby New Year, the birth of a new year, which happens on December 25th, 3 days after the winter solstice, and Father Time, Chronos, which is actually more like what Santa represents, and then now it's more like Satan. Oh, how dare you? It's Jesus. There's, White Christmas, not one reference to God or Jesus. It's only Satanism. Rudolph pushes a victim special boy mentality. Terrible. They should have killed Rudolph. I mean, Rudolph should have been slaughtered and eaten by the elves. Fact. I mean, it's like, how did they not just kill Rudolph? Rudolph was a liability to the whole squad. Oh, yeah, but it is no surprise. Anybody's ever driven in a snowstorm knows one little red ball is not going to light the way of a sleigh moving faster than the speed of light. If light even has a speed. I saw mommy kissing Santa Claus. Weird sound. Oh, it's so... Guys, raise your kids well. And I'm not trying to shame you guys. And don't freak out if you're like, I happen to lie to my kid about Santa and I'm a good dad. I don't give... Everybody has faults. I'm sure that I'm doing something wrong right now that I'll figure out. But guys, it's like, come on. We can't raise our kids this badly. Where it's like, oh yeah, Santa's totally real. He lives at the North Pole and he comes to every house in the world in one evening. That's why people believe in 9/11, and that's why people are like, oh yeah, let's go to war. That's literally why people are so dumb. You're bred from a child. I raise my kids totally differently. I'm like, what do you think? I'm building their discernment. I'm like, do you think that's possible? What do you think the moon is? Do you think it looks like someone's playing golf on the moon? You know, and it's like, I'm not just filling my kids with propaganda. I'm trying to give them tools to navigate the world. And it's like, so when people are like, oh, there's a war on Christmas, it's like, good. You know, the Puritans fought hard to stop Christmas. Christmas is a satanic holiday. And although I have holiday spirit and some cheer, and we'll do a nice turkey thing and we'll light some candles, and I'm not going to have my kids completely ostracized from, mainstream America and our extended family and all that. But one second, let me read this thing about. Don't think for a second that actual Christians ever celebrated Christmas. In 1840s England, Christmas was enjoying a comeback. It had once been a huge ceremonial event, but in the 17th century, the Puritans declared it illegal because they were actual Christians. Since the actual date of Christ's birth is not named in the Bible, nor is Santa Claus or the greed or the lying or the grooming, the Puritans were suspicious of Christmas, thinking it was too pagan. It is literally a pagan holiday. A significantly toned down version started to be celebrated again in the 18th century, but it was only in the years before Dickens' of course, the publishing world, A Christmas Carol, that the holiday was really taking off. It's not a Christian holiday. Partly because in 1840, Queen Victoria married a German Prince Albert, and having a German influence in the royal family helped repopularize traditions like the Christmas tree. A Christmas Carol showed Christmas as a time for family, for simple pleasures, for gathering around the table. That's what Christians do every day. We're supposed to be like that every day. What we call the Christmas spirit, right? That's supposed to be the Holy Spirit, and we're supposed to have simple pleasures and gather around the table and say thanks every day of our lives. That's literally how a Christian's supposed to live. I can't believe people take their kids to watch this movie. You don't need... People are always like, oh, what did you see in Hollywood? You ever see someone eat a baby? Guys, what I just showed you in this movie is worse than anything I ever saw in Hollywood. You take your kids to a black cube to watch that with a bunch of strangers and tell them it's about Jesus? That's like an act of child. Just the fear in it alone. Like, you're heading towards a demon tunnel, and then there's, the ghost that's trying to... Dude, it's crazy. Oh, lighten up, big bear. Yeah. What am I, a prude? It's like, oh yeah, lighten up. Lighten up. The kids just need some lies and some fear and some sexual grooming. Just lighten up. Okay. No, I'm going to have an actual Christmas that is Christian, which is just lighting some candles, singing some good songs, being filled with the joy that sometimes eludes us in the winter because there's no sunshine, and live the same way we always live. So anyway, that's my breakdown of the Polar Express, because it's a pure inversion. You have a stranger taking a child from his home, then you have him sexually grooming him with his pockets and all this. Then you take them to another location where you have the inverted trinity, which is the father of lies. Then you have the conductor and then the ghost on the train. You have him shamed, scared, bribed into no longer believing in his own discernment. And he's given all these gifts. And then once he enters the club of lying, so that even though he knows Santa can't possibly be real, he will say he's real and believe for social acceptance so that he can get gifts. No, thank you. No, thank you. That's literally everything I'm against in the world. Yeah, and Tom plays the father, the son, and the Antichrist ghost. Tom, if you don't get better at being a parent, what the hell are you even fighting for? Your kids, the world isn't bad. The world isn't going to hell. People are. Badly raised people are creating all the problems in the world. The narcissism, the sociopathy, perversions, lack of responsibility, fear, needle obsession, tyranny. These are all, these are all products of people being raised like this. And then everyone wants to blame a scapegoat. Oh, it's these people, it's those people, it's the right, it's the left, it's the Jews, it's the Catholics, it's the Muslims. No, it's any parent that brings their kid to watch the Polar Express in 3D. And as the kid shakes traumatized, you're like, oh, this is a fun holiday activity. You just got groomed by Tom again and again and again. And then you wonder why your kid can't see through lies. Why can't he see through lies? Because he's groomed by the father of lies, also known as Santa. Satanic. Say it quickly with me, kids. They even tell you in the movie. Look at this. Believe. The middle three letters are lie, and it literally highlights it. Tom clips that with his little and hands it to a child that is not his child, that he's been real touchy with the whole movie. He says, just be lie. Oh, you're seeing things. Listen, it's your call. I'm realizing that we're not all in this together. Although I do think all people have a bond, and I think we all represent something together. There is that. But if you want to groom your kids with this shit, that's your choice. And if you want sickly, perverted, vulnerable people to grow into your shoes, try and take over your business, just believe, guys. Just believe, says Michael Jackson. Just believe, says Tom Hanks. No. Just question. You have a right to say there's no Santa Claus. You have a right to say those buildings did not fall the way they're explained on 9/11. You have a right to say I'm not injecting anything in my body that you don't tell me what's in it, and it's concocted by people who get awards for lowering the world population. Just believe. What are you questioning? Do you deny? Where do you think it comes from, guys? The Polar Express. But it's such a good book. The book is about a train going to the North Pole. It doesn't have the unholy trinity, Tom Hanks and the grooming. There's so many images of Tom Hanks with a child going into the darkness. I'm not even going to show all of it. It's so dark. It's so dark. And the elves, the grotesque faces, the dead eyes, okay? And you wonder why society's crumbling. Because you brought your kids to watch this shit, and then you're like, oh, believe. Just believe. Just believe anything the TV tells you. All right, let's get a little happier. Let's read some super chats. Entropy streamed.live/app/Owen Benjamin Comedy. Every dollar contributed goes to either Coddington Bear's gambling addiction or my fight against Tom, digitally groping our entire nation's kids. Jesus. Who's my favorite hockey player, you asked? The Canadian player, Harry Dick. Why, thank you, Caroline Swamp Fox Bear. Melissa says, I had this weird feeling about my husband's friend. He read up on the social sexual hierarchy and immediately identifies as Sigma. That means he's a Gamma. Yeah, 100%. Do you think this is the mark of a Gamma? It would explain his behavior, I think. Yeah, 100% he's a Gamma. No question. Guys, it would be extremely easy to argue that I'm a Sigma. Very high sexual status my whole life with women. Comfortable with exile. And people treat me as an alpha. And, you know, I'm not a Sigma. Sigma is the position that gammas think they are because no one wants them to be alpha. They're kicked out of the hierarchy. Well, they're not out of it, but they're like really low. But they think it's because they're a super secret boy and that women actually love them, but they just don't know it yet. Just disgusting. Stay away from your husband's friend. Definitely don't drink around him. I'm in quite a mood today. Just in case you guys haven't noticed. Watching these movies, I mean, I'm not doing this again. I don't give a how much people want me to review a movie. I'm not going to let that shit in my head again. Watching that grooming, satanic, disgusting, fear-ridden piece of shit movie, and then seeing how many families take their little children to watch it, it's infuriating. All right, Melissa, stay away from that. And you can tell him I said that. Be like, Owen Benjamin said you're a... Yeah, see what he does. Oh, the bigot rate that's homophobe? Guarantee, if he could. He probably is too cowardly to even... Hey, Big Bear, so sorry to hear you now at the top of the best failed comedian list, Snake Sounds, and may now have one or more compounds. Just watched the latest documentary, and if this is failing in any shape or form, then the people who made these allegations are in a different reality. Yeah, they are in a different reality. They're in a reality of the father of lies. When you've given up your sovereignty, your ability to discern, when you think Santa Claus is real ever since you're a kid, you look at someone like me and you go, what a failure. That's fine. That's their hell. But it bums me out that a lot of people are bringing children into their hell when the kids don't have the ability to discern yet. They just want to please their parents. They want to please Tom Hanks. They want to hear Santa's bells. And so what is the price of that? To give up their ability to discern reality. Okay. For gifts, for stuff, for fear, for shame. Bunch of faux paths. Yo, BB, please administer my boosters during this holiday season. I want to be sure I'm the original joyful definition of... Okay, Balance Bear. Not the new home one. Yeah, you sound like you have a lot of holiday cheer. The original meaning. Also, today I released a hoodie I designed. A depiction of eyes show the strength of your soul. So if any bears want to support, johnsnip.com, only selling 100. Cheers. That's John, JONSNIP.com. His last name is named after the tip of Snip Snip. Unreal. Why would you name yourself after your... I don't even know what it looks like. I'm just joking. Janice says, one of the funniest comedians I'd seen in ages was a guy named Banked Washburn on Dry Bar Comedy. My husband and I have watched his special again and again. That's awesome. I'm glad those guys exist. If anybody knows any funny comedians that I should watch or just to tell other people, just tell me and I'll tell thousands of people. I love good comedians. Copper Bear says, Owen, please accept this tear-stained digital super chat for being so... I took the social sexual hierarchy test and it resulted in Sigma, so I desperately need this booster. Please let Dr. Robert know, this is a woman, by the way, it's not for you, Copper Bear. Please let Dr. Robert know that I have received my booster so he stopped calling me. Also, your rendition of Drunken Baby It's Cold Outside is one of my favorite songs you do. Merry Christmas. Thank you, Copper Bear, and that's a wonderful super chat. And I do say Merry Christmas and believe in holiday cheer. I'm just not a Satanist. Owen, wish you a Merry Christmas. Keep crushing. Thank you, Luke and Woodshop Bear. Mike's still in Tennessee. The only logical explanation at this point is Bowler Bear moonlights at the USPS driver and is currently on a theft bender with all of his holiday packages being shipped. If he steals enough packages, he might be able to piece together a full bike. I've known it's been Bowler Bear the whole time. All right. So let's open some mail. If you like Polar Express, I literally hate you. What is this? Oh, no way. Speaking of Bowler Bear, check him out. Hey, I'm Bowler Bear. I steal Owen's packages. Dude, I love this. It's a banana bee. That's great. Hey, look, Bower Bear. Do you think you're looking into a mirror right now? Hilarious. Dear Owen, my name is Jesse. I'm writing you from Carolina Cove, Virginia. I have been meaning to write you for a very long time, and I finally found the right spark to light a fire under me. It was found at a local thrift store and made me laugh. Hopefully it will do the same for you. It just made like thousands of people laugh. Look. Hey, look, it's Bowler Bear. Hey, everybody. I'm Bowler Bear. I've been listening to you since mid to late 2018. I now have a job that doesn't require an average of 75 hours a week during the summer, days, nights, 36 to 40 some hours in a row. Screw that. So I'll be planting a garden the way my father showed me in my youth. Any information on berry bushes would be much appreciated. Mine didn't produce a lot this year, so ask someone that knows more. Unfortunately, all I know is berry bushes are great, and according to some Mennonites I know, the key is pruning. Since I know so much about you, here is my lowdown. I'm 31, raised by my dad along with my half-brother. I've had a stepmom since age 10. For the last year, I stayed at a campground. I was in the Marines for about a bit. I did line stripping, road markings, for years. I have done car dismantling construction, but now I work on boilers in good old DC, as well as tree work on the side with an older guy who should be teaching me to climb. No wife, no kids. I know. There's money for a damn booster. Things are going well, and I hope I don't take these good times for granted. You're going to be fine, man. You sound like a dude that I'd be friends with. I'd like to be verified as Banana Bear. You're already, okay, welcome, Banana Bear. Are you Black Epstein's ghost? Because if so, does it feel like you're looking into a mirror right now? This is my favorite thing I've ever gotten. And I've gotten gold. Don't get me wrong. I like the gold. All right, you have been a guy to listen to, even though I've had to take a break now and again, but the streams are flowing quite well. Keep crushing, you big galoot. When I heard your family playing music with you, I damn near teared up. Me as well. Please keep promoting the good, true, and beautiful. These letters are getting me right back into a good mood. I'll even play some Christmas music for you guys to show you all my holiday cheer and everything. But the Bowler Bear Express is the worst movie. It's not just the worst movie I've ever seen. It's evil. It's an evil movie. Tom is a piece of shit, in my opinion. And I liked his son when I did House Bunny. Colin, sweetheart. So, you can't, this is when things get weird. You're known by your fruits. Colin Hanks is a good dude. He's a smart guy, kind, works hard. I can just feel that he's a good guy. And so, there has to be something about Tom that's good. But man, is he a creep. I would like to be verified as Repurposed Bear, just as someone repurposed. I mean, my dad's a piece of shit. It happens. Chet Hanks started White Boy Summer. I have no idea what White Boy Summer is. Yeah, that music sesh was awesome. I've never seen the movie. I am feeling the need. Weiss, have you seen my stream from today? I just analyzed it. Don't even watch it. It's so dark. Dude, it's all about... Actually, watch it. You'll see why people believe anything they're told. The entire movie is about believe, which the middle three letters are lie, and they do that on purpose to get your eye to the lie. And the kid is shamed, he's scared, he's bribed into believing something that everyone knows can't possibly be, which is Santa Claus. And they do it to please their dads, the father of lies. That dude that wore a dress with Hanks got based real fast after, allegedly. I'll go back and listen from the beginning. Oh, yeah, and I'm doing Veritas Radio in January. That's going to be fun. And Howdy Mikulski is going to be on this stream the first Monday of January to discuss cheeses potentially being from France. Or it wasn't called France back then. And get mad all you want. Go watch your Polar Express with your little kids. And then judge me because I think Jesus might have been from southern France. Or no, it had to be from Israel. No. We all know he's white. We all know it deep in. I'd still love him and he'd still be the savior if he's not white. I get it. But we know what he is. We know he's white. I mean, it's like when you're reading the stories, you're like, oh, no way, another white move. All right, Repurpose Bear, welcome. Just as someone repurposes pallets into furniture, God takes what one person purposes for evil and repurposes for good. Sincerely. Yes. Welcome, Repurpose Bear. No, I shouldn't hate him because that means there's something inside me that I connect to. Hatred is a weird thing, man. If you hate something, there is something in... Oh, speaking of Boar Bear, someone just sent me some bribe tools. Just to let you guys know, if you're ever being assaulted by a group of, bees, always have a bunch of these on you. Just throw them that way. Just go, hey, hey, ho, look over here. And then just throw them over there. And then that's it. It's all, look at all these. You just throw them like they're pigeons. Just go, ho, who wants a Kit Kat? Who wants a Kit Kat? It's so true, though. They'll do anything for a Kit Kat. What you mean they? Not all, but most. Hey, look, another one. That's why a lot of them have diabetes. Oh, how dare you? Oh my God, I'm going to squirt. Okay, well, you're probably also going to starve to death. So, good luck. Speaking of Boar Bear, meet the O-Wing. My name is Don. We was Kang. By the way, ADL, SPLC, this is a black guy doing this. Oh, he's part white. No. There is no part white in my world. That's what you are. So just to let you know that to deny this black man his voice would be an act of racism. Meet the O-Wing. My name is Don. We were Kang. And I was the head of the Kit Kat Commission. I represent the undisputed, unbeatable, uncuckable, unbikeable champion of the realm, Mr. Bowler Bear. After 33 opponents, he wasn't as much been hit with a jab to the arm. He's faster than Mayweather, can dance better than Ali, more powerful than Tyson, and has done it all with no performance-enhancing MK Ultra technique. The man's a natural. He can dance, he can swim, he can survive a hot summer in Georgia, just as well as the frigid temperatures of Antarctica. I once saw him not freak out when one of his posts didn't get enough thumbs up, and not yell at the movie screen the same day. He once stripped the house of all its copper pipes while riding a stolen bike. I've seen him dunk a basketball while cross-country skiing. Cross-country skiing really is super white, huh? I do it all the time. And I'm 6'8" and can't dunk. But I can cross-country ski about 100 miles. He's paid his taxes and dismantled a street magician in the same day. The man's a beast. We heard from your representative, a Coddington Bear, that you wanted a piece of... Oh, I see what's going on, Boar Bear. You're getting the fight going, because I'm going to box Boar Bear this summer at Ursa Rio. We don't support self-harm, but every man's got to walk his own path. If yours is in front of a fury like Panda Maker's bike jabs and cuts, then who are we to get in your way? Coddington mostly wanted to talk about the odds of the fight and put all his super chats for the next 911 days on the Bowler Bear. Is that true, Coddington? You're already betraying me for money? He said we'll broadcast the fight on 6 million platforms. Smart guy. We will make sure he stays gainfully employed after your impending demise. Bowler Bear boxes in the 33 Peterson weight class, and he has waived this as we see that you are currently in the 911 Peterson weight class. Haha, laugh all you want, but most of my weight is my... Oh, Boar Bear must have a monster on him because he's black. No. I guarantee I'm mostly... Like, if someone were to weigh me, they'd be like, oh, well, 90% of this is just his... The fight will be set for 44 rounds. Oh, 44 Death's Door. I get it. Although Death's Door comes in almost the first round, but I'm sure you'll do just fine. We want a fair fight, so there will be no Kit Kats, bananas, nor chicken bone shanks. No copper, plates of brownies, or magnesium boost. See? Dude, if someone can make fun of me or whiteness, that's my ass off. You know that I love brownies and copper and magnesium boosters. At Bowler's request, the ring will only be 9.11 Rogans wide, as he doesn't want to just tire you out. The last guy that got in the ring with Bowler Bear walked in looking like Tyson Fury and was carried out with a nose and posture like Ira. We will have a plastic surgeon on standby to make sure that Roman, 3 parentheses, nose of yours stays straight. We wouldn't want you to get your ass kicked and have to super chat yourself in the same day. Bowler Bear has promised to take it easy on you and not break your precious fancy boy piano fingers or shatter your larynx so you may continue to ladle the gravy and play a little keyboard for your bears from your hospital bed. The winner will be permitted to mark his territory with a little bit of piss on the ankle of their opponent and ride off on the other man's bike. I hope you like the smell of the combination of peanuts and wet dog, because it's about to follow you around for the next 30 years. You may not be in debt, but you're about to be owned by the real BB, and that is Bowler Bear. You will be permitted to carry on as BBB, and we are not cruel here at the Kit Kat Commission and provide counseling services through your local synagogue to help you through the years of shame ahead. We here at the Kit Kat Commission want to recognize you for how brave and beautiful you are. Most don't fight through their problems, just talk a big game on Reddit and cuck in the end. You have chosen a path of truth, gravy, and a 33-month recovery from your upcoming beating. Lastly, we at the Kit Kat Commission do not take on any liability to what may happen to you. Getting in the ring with Bowler Bear is not safe and effective and will lead to permanent jab damage, up to including an early trip back to the Most High. We look forward to your response, and if you accept the terms and conditions of this fight, it will be set for the spring equinox, Sunday, March 20th, 2022 at Ursa Rio. The harvest always yields a better crop with some bear blood mixed in. We wish you all the best in the training. We suggest you spend most of it learning from paraplegic how to operate a wheelchair. Don We Was Kangs, Commissioner of the Kit Kat Commission. All right. I'm better at being a black guy than most black guys, by the way. Yeah, we'll see how Bowler Bear handles this. They never said that we outlawed bananas. As soon as he comes up, getting all hot and bothered, I'm just going to be like, yeah, let's fight. Hey, look at this. What's that? And just go like that. It'll be like, no way, a banana? And then I just, bam! And I'm like, that's the brownie weight. I got all this brownie weight right around my hip. Bam! What now, Bowler Bear? I just do that. This is what I do to Bowler Bear. You know, like I just start doing this, like to his head. I just start going like this. And he just starts going, what the? And then it's just like, what, bam! Well done, BB, thanks. And that's a cold read. That's why I said I'm the funniest comedian in the world. It's not that I'm the best at a single thing. It's that I can do it all, my friend. It's called talent stacking. Oh, wow. Mitch Hedberg's so good at joke writing. Yeah. Let's see him cold read a black guy's voice. Oh, how dare you? He can't. Well, he's still... Okay, well. Have him talk to me when he can. Oh, okay. Here we go. Cold read. I'd never read it. Yeah, to channel a Pentecostal black preacher from the South. Dude, most comedians can't even read. Hey, brother, I figured it's time for another booster, so here's some supplies to the front. I'm including my family Christmas card. Very nice, very beautiful family. Because I'm always appreciative to you for inspiring men like me to commit to a non-lifestyle of crushing and making babies with a woman who loves Jesus and serving her community. God is good, and you are one of the great messengers. Thank you. If you're tracking piano requests today, or taking piano requests today, I want to see if you ever tried Blessed to Be a Witness by Ben Harper. I don't know that one, but I love Ben Harper. He's a good musician. Yes, I know he's half bike thief and half grabbler, but he has some great praise songs, especially from his early days. Yeah, he does. Cod, write that down, please. I will actually look into that one. Blessed to be a witness. I've included the lyrics and chords if you want to try it blind, but it's all good. I've never heard it before. That's why. Also, I want to put out a call to the bear community. We recently started a YouTube channel called Family Man Podcast, where I want to highlight the joys, realities, and responsibilities of fatherhood, along with glimpses of homesteading, architecture, and DIY projects. I would also like to host a weekly or bi-weekly bear family prayer circle, probably on Zoom, or similar to Hanging with Bears. We can engage with each other on a personal level and focus on raising our voices in praise and positivity. If you're cool with it, please let people know. They can find me at the Beartaria app as number 12bear. Also email codygat@gmail.com. Instagram familyman_podcast. Nice, onward. Thank you. I'll check out that song. Awesome family. You got to talk to Mr. Paraplegic Bear about what life's going to be like when you are also paraplegic. Sweet family. I love seeing you guys' families. Dear Big Bear, wishing the best for you and your family. Congrats on baby number 4. My wife and I are expecting a boy any day now. Please find enclosed a Christmas card and a super chat. Till next time, and I will write and keep crushing. Banned live, Bear. Did I ban you live? Sorry. I'm not sorry. But it could have been a misunderstanding. Right to COD. P.S. Tip for the violin players in the fam. Avoid moving your shoulder on your bow arm. Focus on moving elbow and wrist to get best use of entire bow. Why, thank you. That's a wonderful tip. All right. In this corner. All right. Polar Bear's legit a good writer, which is crazy because there's a lot of good writers. Yeah, name like 5. Well, you got that one lady who's like a lesbian. What is this? You got Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, he stole it. He stole it though. I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, just really, I want to rejoice in writing. Just name 5, and I'll go check it out. Oh, Maya Angelou. Okay, all right. So that's what you got is Maya Angelou. Well, no, there's also another great guy. W.E.B. Du Bois. Okay, name 1 book he wrote. I can't. Oh, nice. Woodshop family. I love it. Thank you. With the Bertarian seal. And I'm not trying to be mean to the bees. Oh, yeah, Neil deGrasse Tyson's a great author. No, he's not. He's really not, though. Bertaria, it is I. No, to the Bod King of the North, it is I, Moonjazz Bear, writing you from the land of blanket thieves. I've been searching, nay, rediscovering the true nature of God's divine realm down and up many waves of grand stories from... By the way, I'm not saying can't write. They can't. Look at Bowler Bear. Again, I'm not making... Oh, Thomas Sowell. You know Thomas Sowell can barely read, right? Hang on a second. Let me show you a little video of Thomas Sowell. That's what every neocon said. Oh, Thomas Sowell. What about Thomas Sowell? What do you see this? Thomas Sowell speech. 1 second. No problem. Want to see him try to read off a card? Hang on a second. Don't get me wrong. He can shuck and jive better than the rest of them. And where's his speech? Well, again, this is not racial. I'm not even saying it has anything to do with race or anything. I used to be obsessed with Thomas Sowell. Don't get me wrong. I still think he's based in a lot of ways. He's just one of the most owned. He's like a Dennis Prager bee. You know, it's kind of like how from a distance, Candace Owens seems super based and awesome. And then if you just like look at any of it, you realize how ridiculous it is. She's just a Zionist like puppet. Like Dennis Prager may as well have a hand like up her ass. Just going, hi, my name Thomas Sowell. Israel's our greatest ally. Let's just take a look let's just watch Thomas reading. See how he does.
These government reports. One of the ways that the poor were getting poorer was that they left out of the statistics more than 100
you memorized that
while
one.
The price level doubles.
Hang on.
Now, a political advocacy group computed a few years ago how many Americans were hungry.
We're hungry?
Now, when you think about it, how would you find out how many people are hungry? It takes a long time to go.
He's not reading his notes in that one. It was crazy. Like, he literally couldn't read what was right in front of him. That's all right, though. Well, let's just keep going. Most black writers are gatekeeper grabblers. Yeah. So where's, like, your normal writers? Oh, it's because of white people we're not allowed to write. Okay, really? You literally can't do this because of white people? Inward towards the midst of the mind, the hall of the mirrors, and I am grateful to report back that the good news that I have found traveling through silver waters. So grab your oars and let's start rowing. Polar Bear can't read his own letters. No, he has someone else write them for him. He just drinks a bunch of grape Kool-Aid and just starts pacing and ranting. And he pays like some like white to just scribble it down on a piece of cloth. It all started long ago, in the faraway time of 2012, when a legend from the motherland walked into our lab. And seeing the potential in his apprentice, called me a young alchemist. I smirked. You mean turning lead to gold? He laughed and obliged my ignorance. And so I continued the journey, learning from the man that had wisdom I had only read about. Much was learned from the process of plasma oxidation and how to appreciate nature. Its many mysteries and qualities. Fast forward to about a year ago, and the Big Bear himself was saying over and over, you turn lead into gold, right before reading my last letter. Math and writing is racialist. Well, I mean, I'm not even in favor of like free market capitalism like is described by these people. It would be a living hell if there was no more government. I know the government programs seem terrible, but I'm telling you, I know what they want now. I now see the clear agenda, the quote unquote they want, like BlackRock and the brokerage firms and all these stuff. It's so dark. You know, they want the free market to create maybe like, you know, let's say it's $600 for 1,000 feet of lumber. And so the brokerage firms buy all of it and then they raise it to like $2,000 and no one else has any lumber. It's just like creepy and criminal, you know, and that's what we're seeing. Like most of the increase in prices we're seeing is just crime and corruption. It's not the destruction of the dollar. It's just simple crime. It's like all the regulatory commissions that all the ANCAPs bitch about. Oh, the state. Okay. If you don't have that, like wait till you see what comes next. It'll blow your mind. You can just have these trillionaire brokerage firms and companies just buy everything and then create the price. You know, that's why there's anti-monopoly laws. That's why you can't have everybody price fix. You can in free market because it's like, oh, then you go ahead and build yourself a nuclear power plant. It's like, I can't though. It's like, tough shit. And then they just keep buying. When you have that many chips, it's like a poker game. You just can leverage everybody. You can just, it wasn't lead though. It was mercury and magnesium hydroxide, you know, milk of the magnesia, filthy grabblers. After paying attention to many sinks and reading many old myths and rowing along with the bears, in particular Row Bear, as he was able to help connect the physical engineering aspects of material realm gravy to the scriptures, I finally put it all together and gave the mercury the differential of energy it needed to turn into gold. Holy shit, is he really making gold? Next time, send me some. I felt as though I was riding in the clouds that day. There's mainstream verification that this is possible, but the gravel is all you need a nuclear reactor to accomplish the feat. Nonsense. The other side of the coin of desire was their nagging too. Ira voice, come on, man, you know you can make printed money from all the gold. You only need a couple pounds to buy a double-decker, and then you tell everybody. My inner Ira is a little redneck. Well, that's funny. Well, wisdom is what I gain from this. I can plan all I want. I know it's not going to be go my way. It's going to be go God's way. The wisdom was profound. The ratio of the process is 100 to 1, and 1 gram of gold is $80. 100 grams of mercury is $80. So pretty clear the merchant class uses calculated standard ratios to set the so-called value of the metals. And with this, you can see it matters not what that number is attached to. That's very interesting. I passed the knowledge on to Balderson naturally. He spoke of gold being solar sulfur, and mercury perhaps being the lodestone that pulls from this solar sulfur. And it makes absolute sense. From the word merchant, that comes the word mercury and all the stories. Yeah, mercury's the whole deal, guys. Paul and Saul, Hermes, Loki, and Mercutio from the great black playwright Wilhelm Shakes Johnson. That's very funny. As well as the two thieves on either side of Jesus. One wanted to turn to glory, and the other falling away from it. Our minds are the same in this realm, mirrored to the point that if we want to see a world of cold malice and victimhood, it is there. If we want to see the world of warm embrace filled with the good, the true, and the beautiful, it is here. And we all have a choice, our free will to choose where we fall. The physical matter reflects the same way. This is mind-blowing. Using the periodic table, even though it is boxed in, it has truth in it to be used. Mercury sits as 80, gold at 79, and lead at 82. From that, you see Mercury sits between an oxidizable gold and the dense malleable lead that is associated with Saturn. Mercury can be either transmuted into gold by raising its vibration or fall into the dense burden of lead. This is amazing. It's so true, too. I happen to know a lot of this stuff. I don't actually do it with like beakers and shit, but this is 100%. This is what NASA is encoding. A lot of it is this. Mercury, Saturn, Apollo. You guys are getting it. Both lead and mercury can be used to grab gold and silver metals from ores in mining and smelting process, which I have been dabbling in. Some more gravy about the elements. Carbon, hydrogen, and oxygen make up the chemical formula of ether, aka spirit, and their respective atomic number are 618. Add the 1 to the beginning, and you'll get yourself the golden ratio written in the ether, 1.618033. I added in those extra 3 digits of the golden ratio to be Illuminati confirmed. It keeps going ad infinitum, just as a fractal spirit should. Just as energy cannot be created or destroyed, only influenced and transmuted by man, that is. Yeah. The oxygen we breathe makes up 21% of the air and is the most abundant element in the earth, save for all the fossil fuel. Oil is mainly carbon and hydrogen. Oxygen is the great equalizer. If you come from the shoal or the heavens, oxidation will take place at ground zero, unless you are, of course, gold. Then you're impervious to the number 8 element of oxygen. Oxy is Greek for sharp or to pierce, and gen means formation or creation. So it makes sense that oxygen pieces most matter, breaks it down, and crystallizes. It can also be broken down further. Ox means to sprinkle, Y means divine. Add creation to the end, and you get to sprinkle of divine on the creation. I like that. Now to add the shape piece of metal I have sent in this letter. The lodestone was no problem. I now wish to find the allegedly stone, aka the Illuminati stone. It's shrouded in... Is this like pure mercury or something? I am. It's shrouded in secrecy and myths from the Book of Gary. Once thought to be the very metal of Excalibur, but no one can know that it has been thrown back to the Lady of the Lake. Alas, I have found its chemical composition to be 33% silver, 66% copper, and 1%, oh Jesus, that's right, faith. It was my first try making the amalgam, and it is very close to 3366, within a couple percents away. It is solidified in an amazing way that ties this all together. Hold it upright one way and it looks like a bear. Flip it around the other way and it looks like a chubby Rogan with a tiny ween. There's something going on in the realm we're all witnessing that is beyond explanation. But this piece of Illuminati alloy is close. Whether you're a bear or a dirty merchant selling skidoo loans depends on direction. Right side up or upside down. The wizards blurred the lines of morality for a while, but like a prophecy in Isaiah, God would appoint one he loved to have his way with Babylon and his arm on the Chaldeans. Chaldean translates to skilled in occult learning. Couldn't help but see the big bear's place in that scripture, having your arm on the piano calling out the occult wizard spells. Very intense. I'll be working to make more Illuminati copper and silver alloys and bars and rounds in the future, God willing. And with your blessing, as I intend to make molds with bears, castles, airships. Yeah, of course, obviously. And a mountain bear, I haven't forgotten about you. I'll send some Illuminati alloy and last year's Christmas cards soon. Shout out to Bud Bear, Roe Bear, Bowler Bear, Finks, Woodshop, Stolen Honor Bear, Camera Bear, KFB, and Tight. And all the crushes out there making the internet real life and making supply chains shorter. Inside you are two podcasts, right? Me and Joe Rogan have kind of a binary going. Thank you for following me. Thank you all for allowing me to contribute to the Bertari Times magazine. Learning and growing with the bears has been and is a blast. With reverence, Moon Jazz Bear. This letter has been allegedly approved by Laurel Classics. Stay badass. That's awesome. What's that part about lead to gold? Also, plasma oxidation, how to appreciate nature. Fast forward to about a year ago, and the Big Bear himself was saying over and over again, you turn lead into gold. You turn lead into gold right before reading my last letter. Now, it may just be a coincidence, as you referring to Anchor Bear turning the How Dare You guy into a banging new song, but the realm is very trippy when you start paying attention to all these coincidents. It wasn't lead, though. It was mercury and magnesium hydroxide. You know, milk of the manganese, filthy graboids. After paying attention to many sinks and reading many old myths. Wow, that's awesome. That was an exciting letter, wasn't it, boys? I melted some copper in my crucible designed for aluminum melts, and it came out looking like gold. How dare you? Merry Christmas, Owen, Amy, and boys. Thanks for all the laughs, insights, and gravy, as well as this awesome community. Amanda Bear. Thank you. Awesome letter, Moon Jazz. Yeah, that was epic. I mean, you know how you got your crazy Enos, one-eyed weenus guys who see, like, they're forcing their sinks? What you just witnessed was a guy that would probably sound kind of crazy to people, but is not forcing his sinks, if that makes sense. Or if he's like 1.6, 1.61533, like all that stuff. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? He's actually seeing it. Where some people are trying to force it. And you can always tell. Merry Christmas to the most crushing family. Thanks for all your wisdom. Blind Bear. Thank you, Blind Bear. Well, thank you. That's a very generous contribution. People have been very generous lately. I appreciate that. We brought astrology, the battery, the wheel to this realm, turning mercury fillings into gold grill. Allegedly. Owen of House Bear. Bard voice, please. No problem. Owen of House Bear. Is my bard voice, does it get too intense? But I enjoy it. I think it makes it fun. Let me read these entropies real quick, and then I'll get back to the premium gravy. Tip for the piano man. Thank you, House the Great. Yesterday, an old friend no-showed me for recording music. Friendly reminder to everyone, myself included, that your word is your bond. Always follow through with your agreements. Indeed. Bear Tanks. You don't actually need to throw the Kit Kat. They will go after it as long as you show it to them and make the throw motion. That is true. You don't even have to waste the Kit Kat. Just show them the Kit Kat, palm it, and then just go like that. They'll run for days. BB, I'm with you regarding Xmas Christmas being basically satanic. Again, I'm not trying to take away your holiday cheer, your family merriment, gift giving, simple, I celebrate Christmas in my Nordic pagan traditions, which I think is okay because it's like your ethnicity versus your religion. And it feels warm. I like the holidays, the warm feeling, but the way it's done mainstream is literally Satanism. God gave us holidays, holy days to observe in the Bible called feast days or appointed times, and Christmas isn't one of them. Right? It's not. I'll be the first to tell you, Christmas is not a Christian holiday. You can force it all you want and say, but it's Jesus' birthday. It's literally not. There's no chance it is. I suspect we don't observe them anymore because of Holy Roman Empire grab allegedly could be. Yeah, totally. Thomas says, hey, BB, just need a quick hetero booster. Keep crushing onward, High Plains Drifter Bear. Thank you. And I'm not trying to take away your Christmas, but I am going to take away your ability to say, like, oh, this is a holy Christian day with Santa Claus and all the lying. Because I think it's very bad for kids. Full Send Bear. I'm proud to announce that the background play Gary is no more. I retired today at the old age of 21, and now I can listen at home with UATV on my computer and chat on Telegram on my phone. Big tip for the Piano Man coming when I get my trading payouts. Well, if you don't have a job, just use that to get another job. I don't know what your situation is. I mean, I always accept and appreciate any contribution or gift. In the past, I used to yell at people for giving me money when I didn't think they had enough. I realized that isn't cool, and it's oddly condescending. You know what to do. It's your money. It's your support, you know. If it's your last penny and that's what you want to do with it, that's your choice. And you guys remember, I used to get like mad at people. One guy was like, "I'm homeless, Big Bear. This is my last $5." And I'm like, "You foreign." I'm like, "Use this to buy a tie and get a job." You know, I was like totally being alpha dad. And that isn't cool. It really, I thought about it. I'm like, you never know what spiritually that did for him, and it's his choice. And maybe he hates money. Maybe he's doing better now. I don't know. It's not up to me, because my natural instinct is to be like, don't super chat me if you don't have a job and you're getting a payout, but you know what to do in your life. And I'm not going to condescend adult men anymore like that. I'm torn on the Kit Kat strategy. If I store a good quantity of them to help scatter any future attacks, won't the mere fact that I have them attract them? No, Weiss. They're only attracted when they see the red wrapper. So you have to keep them. I mean, listen, if you can't keep your Kit Kats sealed, then yeah, don't even play this game. You know, if you're just strewing them around your porch or something, then yeah, this game isn't for you. But if you know how to keep your Kit Kats secure, and then on your person secure, you'll be fine. They can't see through your jacket. I mean, they're not magic. They're just bees. Owen of House Bear, husband of Amy, father of legends, king of the goats, and friend of the... Hear that, Weiss? I'm friend of the... Everyone knows it. I give great advice, and I have no resentment. I don't. I literally don't. Because I realized that people only do shit to themselves. You know, I shouldn't even hate Tom, and even like that movie. I got too worked up because that there's an intimacy to getting mad, or to try and control like something you can't possibly control. So it's like, it's just dark. I don't wish. I'm not changing the past, but like, I'm never watching a movie like that again. Carry concealed Kit Kats. Keep your Kit Kats under wraps. Yeah. I mean, listen, if Weiss can't keep his Kit Kats under wraps, he shouldn't be involved in this game. This game's for big boys. And if you want to scatter the whites, use copper. Or old alchemy books. Yes, don't give it your energy. I know, but like, when you see all these people doing it, I'm trying to break the spell. Like, there's good people that have taken their kids to watch it. They've had an uncomfortable feeling, but they felt they were the wrong ones. Those are the people I'm yelling at. Like, overall, good-hearted people, and they're like, well, I guess we watch the Polar Express every year, although it makes everyone uncomfortable. Just don't do that. You don't have to do what people tell you to do. I met in 86. He seemed a nice guy at the time. I think Hollywood corrupted him. I mean, his grandfather was murdered in a weird... I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I like his family. I like Colin. I really do. But who knows? I'm not here to judge. Actually, I am. Having watched a few recent streams, you might have some fun with this one. Please know I am a total agreement. There are no sacred cows except for Dandy Pants. I'm not yet officially verified, but as you'll read, I've been around for quite some time. I'm a long-time listener, finding you on that Crowder show. And when you moved on from there, I followed and have never left, having witnessed more than a few gamma meltdowns. Thank you for staying. Because mental health is getting a little crazy out there these days. I can see people getting like confrontational and jumpy and shit. Even some long-time bears. And it's like, don't. No public comment fighting. No, just don't do that. Or else you'll be banned. And I don't want to, but I have to. It's like, there has to be rules, and like, no one comes to my page to bicker. The internet is full of that shit. It's not because I can't handle another point of view. It's not appropriate. You know, and I can just see people doing that. I don't know if they're drunk or like they just start flying off the handle. I'm like, even if you're right, this is not the place to do it. But wait, you can't handle it. It's like, then now you're banned. And that sucks. But it is. It is what it is. It's like one of the big things I think is like people assuming they know everything. Where they're like, I know that you're, I'm like, maybe you don't know. Maybe you don't know my point. Maybe you don't see what I'm saying. Either way, don't make comments like that in any section or you're gone. And I do it for the benefit of the group, not me. Okay, when I ban people, they're less likely to super chat me or support me or buy my wife's towel or something. It is not for me. It's for the group. It's like the group doesn't want that. Nobody in the Bears wants to see people bickering in comment sections. I was with you until you went at Black Santa. No, I think Santa is black. I'm fine with Black Santa. You know, I think he behaves very black. Watched Big last night. He's been creepy. Oh, yeah. I mean, in that show where he was in drag the whole time, he'd do jokes where he's like whack couch and all that. Don't get me wrong. I get it. I've done whack off jokes and all that. But like, you then can't really do kids movies. I'm never going to be making a kids movie. It's not appropriate. Because then a kid's would be like, man, I love Owen Benjamin. What else has he done? I'm like, don't, no. I will never make anything that is aimed at anyone under 18 because my body of work is so potentially dark that like, you know, I don't want kids being exposed to it. I don't want like a bunch of kids to be like, oh, you know, even if I made a clean child's movie, I'm not supposed to do that. It's like, that's for like the Krat brothers. And, you know, my kids like the Krat brothers. But I Googled them and dug and all that because I didn't want, because they like animals and shit. And they didn't have any darkness. They have kids and stuff. You know, no shit. So I'm like, okay. Well, Kratz is awesome. Yeah. But it's like, and it's been around for so long that my kids watch the old show from like the late 80s, early 90s with the Krat brothers. And up until today, they're still making shows and they've never tried to subvert kids. So that's cool with me. I remember you back in the days on Punk'd, but wasn't aware of your comedic talent until those skits you did that just knocked it out of the park. So without that cross-dressing poofa, I wonder if I'd ever rediscovered you. I thank God I did. Oh yeah, without Crowder and Rogan and some of these clowns, a lot of you guys wouldn't even know I exist. Maybe you would. Maybe there's destiny and you'd always find it, but I don't know. Owen was in a movie where a ghost you off. The ghost didn't me off, but yes, I was. It's called Handjob Cabin. And it's funny, but it's not appropriate for kids. Like, that's why I'll never make child-centric programming. I'll make family-friendly programming, but not specifically for children. That's crazy. You're doing great, kid. Seriously, Liar Cohen. You can't make this shit up. Oh, hang on. You're doing great, kid. Seriously, Liar Cohen. You can't make this shit up. Once you see that an entire cultural genre was invented by a grabbler leprechaun named Liar, his name's Liar Cohen. As we say, you can't unsee it. What an awesome journey we are on. Your journey towards God and truth has been cathartic for me, pure honesty, and I owe you a debt of gratitude for having the fortitude to do what you do. I don't get to listen live, and I'm normally catching streams a few episodes behind, though it doesn't seem to matter, as the perspectives stand the test of time so well. They do indeed. The phrase, I might be wrong, but I'm not lying, is fantastic. If you're speaking the truth as you see it, you're not trying to deceive anybody, and you're walking with God. Yeah, right hand versus left hand, Jesus and the two other men. One was trying to ascend to glory, one was descending, and it's so true. It's like so physically true. I got to Big Bear from Roosh. I ditched the former for the Bard King. I still like Roosh. Like, I don't think he's evil or anything. I just think that, you know, he should have like a family or something before he speaks on certain matters. I don't think this is my opinion, but I just don't think he should. I don't know. I'm not going to tell him what to do. He's a grown man. You continue to bring humor and levity to the fallen world, and it is essential service to those of us who are here for the good, the true, and the beaut. Like most of the early Bear crew, I'm one of the original groups of subscribers to unauthorized.tv. It's hard to believe some of these new bears have the nerve to complain about it. These times I wonder where Chief Slapagama is when we need him. Pleasantries aside, I'm a 21 Rogan Caucasian bear born on the west coast of Australia. I now live in South Florida, which is, as you know, is just another sunny place for shady people, Coddington included. I said included. Coddington, thank God so many awesome bears are moving down this way, so there's hope. No, Coddington is shady. He's a gambling addict. By the way, I've had so many synchronicities in North Idaho lately. I'm so glad we moved here. Like, I met Goldsmith Bear today at the gas station. And the synchronicities were just like bang, 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 bang. It was dude wild. He does goldsmithing in town, and he was just traveling around the country with his 3 kids and his family. He was like wherever God put him, and they put him here, and now he's like renting one of my best friend's houses. It was just like all like a gas station. It was like intense. All right. What prompted me to pick up the pen was when your pattern recognition finally landed on a specific stereotype. I'm one of the bears that actually loves it when you're in a bad mood. See you like today, I guess. A few weeks back, I had to pull over the car because I was in tears laughing when you tore into Captain America about his bear name. Respect as well to Captain America as he handled it like men are supposed to. The episode on Tim Pool had the same tone, striking a nerve for me in a most humorous way. I'm that father bear, very chill. I like boating, crushing, killing it in my business as well. My wife is a Chinese American pretend dragon mom, whom I love dearly. But you are correct, can be absolutely bloody awful at times and make a mom look like an angel. Totally. People don't know, like, that when the try and take over this, you know what's happening right now in Zionism? They're in for a wild ride. The tiger mom, whether it's Korean or Chinese, is literally more intense than moms. Dragon mom, it's what they're called, Burn Bear. I'm not even being derogatory. They're called dragon moms. Never satisfied, super, super intense. For me, this stream was hysterical, for I read that one. For I am father of 2 legendary hoppers, and as hard as their mom might have advocated for her culture over the past 20 years, they're both the most resilient, straight Caucasian hoppers you'll ever meet. That's great to hear. I don't say all, just most. Both boys are over 23 Rogans. Oh, there we go. That's what it is. They're tall. Yeah, tall hoppers have no problem. Owen yelling at the camera calms me down. Both boys are over 23 Rogans, and yes, I know a Rogan is equal to a Chinaman's limp, or 3.33. I am a bear. Both boys have great heads of hair. Oh, that's good to hear. And do not wear beanies unless it's under 30 out. To do otherwise is have an understanding. Yeah, you sound like you have an awesome family. I can confirm what Big Bear is saying. My mom was too Catholic, godly, so my dad, a Delta with gamma tendencies, took over the Dragon Mom realm. I'm sorry to hear that, Sleep Deprived Bear, but you ended up great. The older one is off doing an engineering degree and crushing it. Like many bears, I have my concerns with the college education path. But we keep a close engineering is one of the few things that it's okay to go to college for. To make sure to keep his head straight, as a very blessed bear, he'll graduate without any debt to the grabbler. Yeah, and it sounds like he has social skills and he's tall. He's probably handsome. You know, tall hoppers that are raised by in a Caucasian culture, good environment, you know, not like torn between two worlds, they can be really handsome men. Oh, great. I have to super chat myself now. Now, the younger one, you might recall a few years back telling a story about a completely legal hit you made on a bike thief on the lacrosse field. Yeah, I knocked out a guy who tried to play lacrosse. It was great. You knocked him out cold, as I recall. Indeed. It's on camera. I have no idea where the tape is. Well, this young cub was about 11 years old, sitting next to me driving somewhere when he heard the story. He listened intently and wanted to hear the story again a few times. The kid is now a monster on the lacrosse field. Awesome. Awesome. Due in some part to the impression you left with him. Lacrosse wasn't played where I grew up, but I know I would have loved it as much as he does. It's a fantastic game. I would go out on a limb and say it's probably the best game. It's got all like the endurance vibes that soccer has. Like it's, you know, a lot of running, not a lot of like stopping like football, but it has the violence of football and hockey, but it's on the grass. And it's just cool to watch. It's one of the most underrated sports ever, in my opinion. Sometimes he crushes so much it's hard to cheer for him as the kid just mows down the child of some other parent standing nearby on sideline. Now, that's when you got to extra cheer and then make eye contact with that other parent. Just go, yeah, and then go, yeah. Let them know you smell weakness. I wonder how these two boys are such absolutely Caucasian hoppers and how I don't really do much to cause it. Well, my wife would love them to be mathletes. Your kids sound like legends. Like sometimes with race mixing, you can get best of both worlds. Not always. In fact, a lot of times not. But if you get the Chinese discipline in math and stuff, but you get the Caucasian lacrosse crushing engineer, I mean, height. I mean, you might have made yourself some real winners. But it's a risk because a lot of them are Tim Pool. Two Hopper legends with a beautiful Chinese American princess for a mom who admittedly can be a pain in the arse at times. She sounds like a good mom, though. Like yourself, I come from humble beginnings. Seeing your mom on the stream is such a pleasure. Watching her loving tolerance for you reminds me of so much of mine. The two of them would agree on a lot. Mine coordinate breastfeeding groups for young moms as well. That's awesome. That's awesome. During the 70s, and consequently, I was a benefactor. It's probably why your IQ is high, I can tell. My mom could also play in perfect pitch, so those times when you wonder the piano keys finding a tune you've heard months or even years ago reminds me of when I was a young boy. I'm getting melancholy. Big Bear could wander off on so many tangents, the spells you've broken, the wizards you've slayed, and of course the gravy and endless laughs. The Bears are awesome. Thank God for this incredible community. I'm encouraged you to take a look at the name of my company on, it was founded in 2006, back when I believed in globes and stars and NASA actually accomplished anything exceptional. A great reminder of how much nonsense we once believed. Given it's been almost 4 years, I believe it's time. Might be officially verified as Fear Not Bear or Father of Giant Hoppers Bear. Let's go with Fear Not Bear. But I like where your head's at. It sounds like you're a great dad. You're like really into your kids. Congrats on the upcoming baby boy. Strong names: Norman, Herbert, Timothy, Anthony, and William for your consideration. But I'll imagine you have this locked in by the time you're reading this. It's not locked, but Frederick is a hard leader right now. But I also like Archer. I like Archie. I like classic names. Old names. Big Bear from my family to yours. You, Amy, Walter, Charlie, Jack, and a very Merry Christmas to the coming year. All the best. Yeah, what a legend. I hope everybody hears. I know I do a lot of streams. Let me just see the name of this company. I know I do a lot of streams. Hilarious. Hilarious company name. I'm not going to say it just for privacy reasons. But, that was so funny. I hope people get to hear when I read their letter. It must be really fun to have me interact with a letter. So, if you guys know any of the bears that I read the letter of, I think we should just start having the very best of Jim Croce. Nice. Have like a tradition where everyone lets them know when I read the letter, because I can't expect everyone to listen to like hours a day as I, possibly read their letter, because it must be really fun. It's a legendary experience. Yeah, it's fun. And I don't want people to miss it, because sometimes people are like, oh, you didn't read my letter. I'm like, yeah, I did. And they're like, well, where was it? I'm like, no. I do 3 hours a day. I'm not a guy. Here are some musical gifts over the holidays. Peace. Always blessed bear. And from the New England Bears. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the music. Yo, BB, been a while since I've been able to catch you live. Congrats again on number 4, and hope you, Amy, and the boys are doing great this Christmas season. Thanks, Finksbird Bear. We thought of a hilarious piano parody last night on Hanging with Bears called Dreaming of a Black Christmas with premise of Black Santa, just like the dad I'd never know. Hilarious. Rooted Bear says, hey, BB, if you're going to do a song request, first day of my life, yeah, I can do that. I listened to your version over and over again at the hospital when my daughter was born in 2019. It's great, thanks. I'll close on that. My grandma converted to Jehovah's Witness when I was younger. As a kid, I never understood why she didn't celebrate Christmas and participate in the gift-giving pagan traditions. Now I understand. JWs are actually more base, says Tack Bear. I'm not going to make that claim because there's also some weaknesses in that group. I mean, everybody is on a journey. I'm trying to not judge. I'm so bad at not judging. But it's like I celebrate Christmas. I just don't pretend that it's about Jesus. I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the songs about Jesus, like Away in the Manger and, you know, What Child Is This Who Laid to Rest? Like, that's cool. It's always a good time to remember Jesus and the winter and stuff like, but it's just not, I wasn't raised believing in Santa, guys. I don't just go with lies. It's so clearly not a Christian holiday. Sorry. Osage Yogi Bear, very generous. Thank you. Merry Christmas to your family from mine to yours. 2022, new house, new son, new outdoor theater. Lots of love. Thank you. Indeed. Merry Christmas. I'm getting a $2.50 raise after New Year's, of course. That's awesome, Jeffer. Yeah, I still give gifts and my family opens gifts. Like, we're going to start a tradition where we all wear the same pajamas. And I'll wake up with the same pajamas on Christmas morning. Like that. That's not a lie. Like, that's not lying. But they're not going to be looking in a 6-inch diameter pipe to see if a fat man came down to give them gift. I mean, that's just not, it's just not possible for me. Oh, sweet. Iced tea. Someone sent me a nice little gift thing. Some tea. Breathe promotes respiratory and sinus cleansing. Sacred Blossom. Maybe this is a Bears company. I don't know. So I'm just going to hold that up there. Yogi Bear OG from Israel. Yeah, we got a lot. We got a decent amount of Israeli bears. And not just the agents monitoring the stream. Like actual people. All right, I'm going to close with first day of my life. JW's got rollerbladed too. Dude, everybody has problems. There is no title or status or group where you say, oh, they're the good guys. Everybody is on this journey, you know? Yeah, the JWs are, you know, one of my best friends growing up was raised Jehovah's Witness. And yeah, looking back, I'm like, oh, it's cool. They installed him with a good work ethic. He didn't celebrate, you know, pagan holidays, but total family, like, just like everybody's in a way. You know, that you don't get a title and you're like, oh, we're good now. Every day is a struggle. All right, everybody, that's going to be my stream today. P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho 83864. Thank you, everyone, so much for your contributions today, your wonderful letters. Whether it was about alchemy or Hoppa Kids or just everything you guys sent today was just, today was an epic stream. Started off a little hostile because of my experience watching the Polar Express. Don't watch it. It's disgusting. So P.O. Box 490, Sandpoint, Idaho 83864. It's a delight of my day to open my P.O. Box and see letters. So keep that coming. Love, love, love it. And unauthorized.tv, where all these streams will always be, allegedly. OwenBenjamin.com. Of course, libertylinks.io/OwenBenjamin. Cod has that pin for some reason. I don't know. He named it, so I think he's like overly excited about it. He's like, Liberty Links. I'm like, yeah, great. That's awesome, man. He's like, yeah, I named it Liberty Links. It's like, now I see why you're being so pushy. Anyway, but good for him. It's a great name. Well done, Coddington. Liberty Links is a wonderful name. What else? BuildingBertaria.com is a great holiday movie. Much, much better than the Polar Express. You want to see the spirit of Christmas? Watch BuildingBertaria.com. Part 2. You want to watch families coming together, you know, people coming together, building, cherishing the day, you know, feeling the spirit. Way better than any Christmas movie I can think of. Christmas movies, most of them are absolutely terrible. I can't think of one that isn't. It's all so creepy. Oh, I'm a dentist. Where's the abominable snowman? It's like, how can you watch that and be like, oh, there's Jesus? All right, here's the final super chats. Whenever you listen to this, I will always be able to read these the next day. So entropystream.live/app/Owen Benjamin Comedy. It only took one Jeffrey to name Jeffrey, then Jeffrey Epstein took the cake. Oh, okay. Can I have 5 minutes? Or I'll just speed through these. Merry Christmas, Owen and family from Joe Gagnon. Thank you. Hanging with the Bears. Steadfast Bear. They're about to turn off my internet. That's the only reason I care. Finksburg. Yo, BB, been a while. I read that one. I already read these. All right, cool. All right, everybody. OwenBenjamin.com. Be fruitful and multiply. Don't be fruitful. Enjoy this Christmas. Enjoy this holiday. Spirit. Simple family get-togethers, all that stuff. Santa is probably Satan encoded. But other than that, it's a great time. Much love, everybody. See you soon.